just goes to show you how unorganized and, quite frankly, unprofessional the handlers of female basketball is right now. This is brutal.
Take it away from
Sports
The barn is alive again.
Got me in my hormones, all gas, no brakes, score 4-0. If you think you own this place, we get foreclosed. I've been in my head, but it's
I told you, I'm on this Kanye kick. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah,
But you want to know what other kick I'm on?
What are you on?
I'm on a sports show kick. That's right. You are listening to the sports show right here, live, unlive on the CJSW 90.9 FM, where we are coming at you on the third Tuesday of every single month, 11:30 a.m. and 8:30 p.m. That's right. If you're listening to us in the morning, we'll do the exact same thing, word for word, later on tonight. It's crazy. And we'll even do it in a podcast form.
Yeah.
At Sports Show Podcast. That's where you get us on Spotify. That's where you get us on the Tunes. That's where you get us on the Podbean. Here's the other thing. We need your help. We are right there.
Right there.
You didn't do your homework yesterday, by the way.
Buddy, you know why.
Okay?
I was in
You didn't do your homework.
I was trying.
Bottom line is we are one away as it stands from 100 subscribers on YouTube, which is a really big deal for us. So if you find it in your hearts, if you take your time, if you like what you're hearing, Amy, the good Amy, she clips the reels. She does such a good job. And a lot of the growth, if not all the growth, really is because of her. So shout out to you, Amy. Thank you. But at Sports Show Podcast on YouTube and on Instagram, please subscribe to the channel. You can put the little bell on or not for notifications. But it's the fun to the point content.
That's
Wouldn't you say?
110%.
Look, the CJSW show is one of my favorite shows because it's high octane.
That's right.
It's 30 minutes of Mitch and Dimitri, but it also means that we got to get into the goods. I will serve the ball to you, sir.
Hey, thank you so much. Last week you used the best line I've heard you say in a long time. It's the half-hour power hour.
The half hour. That's right. I was trying to say it in the intro and I totally forgot it.
And it's the live on live show.
Yeah.
So you're listening to us on the Saturday, but this isn't going to be played on the Tuesday. So some of the things you're going to hear are either we are Nostradamus-like or we've completely missed it entirely. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
There really is no other way to do it, right?
That's right.
As everyone knows, I'm minding my own business. I'm perusing the nets. Few things came up this week. Real quick, Euro started yesterday. The Euro Cup is underway, and Germany put on a beating to Scotland, okay? 5-1, not always the best thing to start a tournament, but hey, it's about being there. It's about being there. Germany says, we're here. We want to make some. Real quick, Dimitri, it's Hungary versus the Swiss today. Who do you got in that one?
Well, okay, I'm cheating right now.
Okay.
Because in the 80th minute, it's 2-1 for Switzerland.
Doesn't
so I'm
matter.
taking the Swiss.
The Swiss. What about Spain and Croatia? That one will be fun.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go with the Spanish.
You're gonna go with the
I'm
Spain.
gonna do it.
I think Croatia's got a little something in them. I
still
gotta
some
go with
juice?
the Croatia. I think so. I think
All
they still
right.
got something.
They still
to
got
prove.
some raki on the tank.
They do. They for sure do. And then it's the Italians taking on the Albanians, defending champions.
You know what? This one's going to be a big game because I know there's a lot of Albanians that live in the Mediterranean, like Italy and Greece.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see the country watch a game there. I got Italy here. I actually have high hopes for Italy.
Really?
In this Euro Cup. I think they've laid enough goose eggs over the years that maybe this is their
time.
Not saying they're going to win. I'm just saying.
Well, they won 4 years ago.
You know.
And let's call it what it is. We're friends with a lot of Italian people. We know a lot of Italian. This is their biggest time of the year. This is the biggest time of the year.
This is what I'm saying.
This is what they're all about.
This is what I'm saying. And I'm talking World Cup.
So I'm taking Albania. I feel like Albania's due. That's what I'm doing.
Hey,
That's what I'm doing.
There you go.
One other thing that came up this week, I thought it was kind of funny. Have you ever been to Windsor, Ontario?
No.
Okay. Well, there's a couple in Michigan. Their name, Amelia and Courtney Tipton. So they're from Michigan. They recently got married, and they said, you know what? We're heading to Windsor for the honeymoon.
Okay.
Now, I've never been to Windsor either, but I've never heard of anyone talk highly of Windsor. I just want to ask the CJSW listeners, what am I missing? What could it be that's so great that these people have decided, no, not Greece, not Italy, not
Mexico,
Cabo, some beautiful
Boca?
Boca.
The Boca?
And you could probably catch a hockey game, maybe. We'll see about that in a second.
Ooh.
But Windsor, Ontario took the cake.
Yeah, when you're planning.
Yeah.
You're right. At what point on the checklist it said, listen, honey, all roads lead to Windsor?
Yeah.
That's where they go.
Like, listen.
Why are we fighting this?
I know inflation's a thing. I get it. But Windsor, Ontario is the new hotspot for honeymoon destinations.
Oh, man.
Hey, I like that. Not Calgary. You couldn't wait for Stampede. Mind you, that probably caused more of a divorce than really love.
Fair point.
You know what I mean?
Fair
But still,
point.
I'm just throwing that out there. And last one, I wanted to talk about this one. Caitlin Clark. She's a WNBA superstar. She's a rookie in the league, but if you might know that name, it's because she was all over the internets last year and over the last few months. She's revolutionized WNBA. Well, the Olympics start in a couple of weeks. And obviously, basketball has become what hockey is in the Winter Olympics.
Right.
And the WNBA has had a little bit of an issue with Caitlin because she's really taken that spotlight. Well, they didn't give her one of the spots. But the reasoning is why I'm bringing it up. One of the reasons that the WNBA and the Olympic Committee did not choose Caitlin Clark is because she has too many fans. And they're worried that they're going to react in a negative way because she won't play as much because there's so many good players on the roster. Is that a valid reason to keep probably one of the best players off the roster for the Olympics?
You know, this aggravates me on so many levels. And number one, we talked about it, I think it was last episode, maybe 2 episodes ago. Actually, I think our highest viewed reel is now the Caitlin Clark one.
Yes.
That we've done. I think that's actually our number one.
Really?
Yeah, we got to get on the comment section there, Mitch. We got to do a better job.
Hey, we got to be better about that.
We got to be better.
Let's be better people.
Because the people are chiming in.
They're coming in.
Amy's like, can you reply back? Like, yeah, we'll do what we want.
Hey. That's how big we've become.
That's how big.
You know, those 100 YouTubers have really taken us to another level.
Well, listen, you know what? It's an expectation. So for all of you that have commented, we will comment back. Thank you for your contributions. It means they're listening, Mitch. We owe it to them.
I agree.
They're our fans.
Hey.
They're our fans.
We're your fans.
Yeah, they're part of the roster. No, so, anyways, the cattiness of the league, number one, is ridiculous. But from a competitive standpoint, I can get the other teams. I can't get internally on your own team.
Right.
But here's where I'm looking and I'm saying, you guys, there is a business component to sports. Like, let's just not hide behind it. So here we have to, we listen all the time of, we don't get enough exposure for the league. It's not fair for us, the TV time that the men get over the women. It's not fair for this. We're behind the 8 ball on that. We don't get opportunity, blah, blah, blah. You literally are taking a person, when you say millions of viewers, hello, millions of viewers.
Millions.
Exactly. This is your golden goose. This is the spotlight. I don't care. First of all, she's good enough to make the Olympic team.
Oh, yeah.
Second of all, even if she wasn't, put her on there, get the jersey sales, get the exposure, pump this person up. You're getting more eyes and you've never been talked about WNBA or women's basketball more so in your life than right now off of one person that's willing to help you do it. And this just goes to show you how unorganized and, quite frankly, unprofessional the handlers of female basketball is right now. This is brutal. It's brutal.
I agree.
They have the opportunity. It's sitting right there.
It's right there. I mean, guys, she also turned down a $5 million contract to go play in Ice Cube's 3-on-3 basketball tournament. She said, no, I want to be a part of the revolution. We talked about it on the podcast. I want to be a pioneer. I want to help. And ever since she jumped in, it's as though every player and everybody has really ganged up on her and doesn't like her participation. And listen, maybe behind the court she's not the greatest person. Okay, I don't see it. But at the end of the day, you guys, to Dimitri's point, jersey sales. She's bringing people in to watch you guys who they never knew who you were before. You guys are all going to
make more money.
And you guys are shunning her. And one last thing. Her mom is of Italian descent. She could go play for Team Italy. I say do it. I say do it.
I've never once heard anyone say, I don't like LeBron James.
Well,
get him off the team.
But
maybe Mitch. But no, but for the Olympics, I've never like not. You guys, come on now. Come on. Like, it's right there for you. And
come on.
Like the Olympic team, the Olympic team, that is such a big miss to the point that I actually can't understand how the Players Association, or I'm not really familiar as to the equivalent of what they have, but ladies, the opportunity's right there, and everyone's willing to do it. And you know what? She's so big that even these talking points across, I have never seen women's basketball be talked about more in my entire life since its existence. And every single major sports network and sportscaster and podcaster and anyone that covers NBA or the WNBA in basketball has given more reels, highlights, exposure to this. Come on. And you're all going to benefit. You just get over yourselves.
Agreed.
She's better than you.
You know what that shows me is that the WNBA and its handlers are not killers. You know who else are not killers, Dimitri?
No, Mitch.
It's the team 3 hours away from us, north of Calgary, Alberta, Canada, where this is being played for you on CJSW 90.9 at the moment. It's the Edmonton Oilers. Listen, Edmonton had a big responsibility. They're the Western Conference representatives. They're representing Canada. This could be the first Stanley Cup in over 30-plus years since the Montreal Canadiens did it. The series is 3-0 Florida, and they're looking to wrap it up tonight. It's a Saturday night. Like we told you, we record on a Saturday. This is coming out on a Tuesday, so this could be all over by Tuesday. Dimitri, right now, the Edmonton Oilers had a great game one. Didn't go in their favor. They lose 3-0. Game two, they play a lot better. Still lost the game. Game three, back in Edmonton. Everybody is at the party, and they get knocked down again. Mm-hmm. They've got the stranglehold. The Florida Panthers have it. Dimitri, very simply, what's wrong? What's happened to the Edmonton Oilers? Only one team, the Toronto Maple Leafs in 1942, have come back from a 3-0 deficit to win the Stanley Cup. It's never really been done before, except for one that I just said. Can Edmonton come back, and what the heck happened?
Well, any team can come back.
Sure.
I mean, it's funny. Yeah, we're talking on a Saturday. This is going to air on the Tuesday, and every talking point is actually going to be fun to. I kind of like when we do this because it's good to go back and see what actually gets aired.
Times.
Look, here's the thing. No, look, overall, Florida's a better team.
Yeah.
Okay, on paper,
sure.
And if you're going to say, well, it's easy to say now they're up 3-0. Well, no, hold on. First of all. This was Florida was Mitch's pick to win the Stanley Cup.
I don't want to say anything.
You didn't. I'll say it for him. Okay, he's not a self-gloss guy like I am. Okay, but
I can be.
But at the beginning of the year, reinforced at the beginning of the playoffs,
right?
Mitch has been a Florida guy to get back there to win it. All hats to you. I mean, so what he did. Okay. But through the course of the playoffs, we've been saying it as well, and even at the start of the series, they are a better team. They're better on paper. They've been there before. They have the experience. If you look at the rosters, we know all this. What it really came down to was, okay, Edmonton, you got the two best players in the world. Definitely the best player in the world right now. No one is going to argue that. And the spotlight's on you. So you kind of you made the playoffs, and then you made a conference final. You got blanked by the Avalanche a few years ago. Now you're here. And what was it all about? Are McDavid and Draisaitl the killers to carry this team? And actually, let's put McDavid, Draisaitl, and Nurse. Are these the three players that you sink all your money into to get you to the promised land? And it looks like that it's not the case. And if anything, Mitch, what the NHL, shame on us, has again showed us,
once again,
is that the league, everyone's good. And it's better to have maybe a little more of a spread out talented roster than to sink your money in the big 2-3 to get you to the dance.
That's right.
It's hard.
Listen, I mean, I saw these stats, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen them. Let's just go over it. McDavid, as of right now, in the Stanley Cup Finals, 0 goals. Draisaitl, 0 goals. Nuge, 0 goals.
I think Draisaitl doesn't even have a point.
Zach Hyman, 0 goals. And Evan Bouchard, the big defenseman, 0 goals. You know who does have a goal? Fogle. He's got to go. Right now, listen, and they're 0 for 10, I think, on the power play.
Yeah.
What was working for them before is now complete. Like, that was the one thing everybody's like, oh my goodness, if you take a penalty against Edmonton, you're done. It's a 50% chance that they're going to score a goal.
Professionally speaking, they call that Dunskies.
Dunskies, exactly.
Yeah, that's a professional term.
All of a sudden, that's out the door, and throw in everything Dimitri just said. The Florida Panthers are just better from top to bottom. And last week, I told you guys, when Pierre Lebrun went and talked to all the GMs, and he said that 26 out of the 28 GMs that he spoke to said that Florida will win the Cup, but 24 of the 26 that chose Florida to win it would win in a sweep. We all laughed at it. We're like, what? Come on. This is crazy. This is absolutely nuts if it happens tonight that they will sweep them.
Yeah, but I remember last week we even said, like, okay, so who knows something?
That's
here?
right.
Like, these are the hockey minds, right?
That's
that
right.
are constructing these teams.
It's really bad. But, it goes back to what Dimitri said again.
Depth.
That's all it is. The guys on the Edmonton depth, it's not like they're bad. Evander Kane, look, I know you told everyone you had a sports hernia a couple months ago, but now you decide that it's hurting more? Now?
Hold on, Mitch.
Yeah.
I have a double hernia as we speak.
Yeah.
And do I show up every Saturday to podcast?
Late, yes. And does he show? Yes.
Yes.
Both, yes.
You're
yes.
welcome.
100%.
2 tears.
2 tears.
I'm waiting for my surgery. So I'm
2
sorry. 2 tears. So I'm sorry, Evander Kane.
Exactly. You got Corey Perry in there. And Corey Perry, listen, man, I think he was the guy that you should have had from the get-go just trying to make this team mad. I'm thinking, and I'm dead serious when I say this, Florida hasn't even played the game that they thought they might need to play. I think, like a boxer, they're feeling them out, and they're like, oh, this isn't so bad. Because the Tkachuk-Bennett situation, they have not done. They've been behaving themselves. They've been behaving. In the minute Edmonton, and tonight I have a feeling they're going to, they have to throw everything in the kitchen sink at them.
Yeah, they do.
This is where now you're going to get the nasty Florida Panthers coming out. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this is my thoughts. Tonight, Game 4, I do think Edmonton will pull off a win. They got to. That would be the Stanley Cup for the Oilers, okay? Then they go back down to Florida. They end up losing in a gentleman sweep 4-1. And is it really that bad to more than that loss down in Florida, down in the Boca region? I don't think so. Hey, honey, get the kids. Come on down. School's over. We're here.
If it was, and if it was me, if they get swept or gentlemen swept, as you say, in 5 games, if I was the opposing team, I would just join their parade.
Agreed.
Like, just soften the blow. You know what? Good job, guys. Like, let's, how people change jerseys?
Exactly.
Right? And they ride the momentum. Like, if I'm the Oilers, I would just be like, you know what? We were Panthers people kind of the whole time. We just... we didn't want it.
It is a little ironic that the Panther jersey, the red, white, and yellow,
I'm just, again...
looks like a team. Isn't it a couple of guys on that team used to be over here? It's a little weird, isn't it? It's just a little bit.
I'm just saying. Okay, let me ask you a question.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to ask it to you right here.
Let's play a game.
We'll play a game. It's question period.
Because literally, it says right here, let's play a game.
Oh, okay.
Weird.
I can't even.
Yeah.
We can't
Go
even.
ahead.
And if you're just tuning in to the CJSW 90.9 FM, you're listening to the sports show with Mitch and Dimitri here, and we're just talking the Stanley Cup playoffs. We record on a Saturday. This airs on the Tuesday. Listen, it might be over. It might be ongoing. Regardless, our opinions will stay. But my question to you is this. Mm-hmm. We talk about killer instinct all the time.
All the time.
But is McDavid playing bad? Like if you're looking at the Oilers right now, where they're deficient. I get it. They're locking down the lines. I got it. But is McDavid playing bad? Who's playing bad? What's your take on that?
I don't think anybody's playing bad. Here's the thing. Maybe Draisaitl should play a little bit more up. He even called himself out. I don't think McDavid is playing bad. I just think they have an answer for him. For years there was this old saying, you can't stop Gretzky or Michael Jordan, but you can contain him, or to some degree.
Yeah.
Right now, they're not just containing McDavid. They are holding him back. I don't think he's playing bad, and I don't say it to try to save him any sort of gloss because everyone knows how I feel about the situation. I just think they had a plan for him, and they said, let's take him out of the game plan. If their bottom 6 can beat our bottom 6, then we lose fairly. I don't think anyone realized that without him, there is no bottom 6 in Edmonton. There is no nothing. He literally seems to generate, even when he's not on the ice, he's hurting. When he's not producing, everyone else is like, if he's not, then I'm Fogle. I'll score a goal. Fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're just not getting. This is where Florida teams that win the Stanley Cup get contributions everywhere, right? And so the margin for error is low. Like you can't. Because anyone will get you at any given time. Edmonton just doesn't have that where it's like, oh, anyone can get you at any given time. I actually think McDavid is playing very well. I actually think Skinner is playing not bad either.
Yeah, he's fine. Like, where everyone was worried about
everyone
him,
was worried. I think he's stepped it up and
it's Bobrovsky that's just overstepped his game.
Bobrovsky's just been a beast. Let's call it what it is. But you know what? For all of those that are listening, yes, I am in the financial services, an advisor of sorts, if you will. And the point is diversification matters.
It does.
It doesn't it, Mitch?
Can't put it all in oil and gas.
You can't put it all in one.
Gotta have a little bank action in there. You gotta have a little something else.
It's the Florida Warren Buffetts versus the Edmonton Bitcoin. And at the end of the day,
well played.
At the end of the day, hey.
I got a question for you. Let's say the Oilers do lose in a gentleman sweep or the 4 games or maybe whatever. Do you keep this core together?
You're done.
Yeah.
Mitch, you're done. There's no more upside here.
Yeah.
So to turn around and to say, okay, hold on. Let me back up for a second.
Sure.
If you know that you can keep the majority of this team, it's not even the core right now.
Right.
If you know that the Nuge, the Kane, the Ekholm, the Bouchards, the Henriques, like basically, if you know that this group here can stay.
Yeah.
I would say, you got a little bit of a window because you made it to the Stanley Cup. It just means you need a few more pieces.
True.
Right? The Perry, the thing, like you just need a few more pieces. I would say, let's follow this. Maybe it is a goaltender.
Yeah, maybe.
But I'm telling you, it's the window is it's open, you guys, and or it's shutting, whatever the analogy.
Yeah.
This is a tough one, Mitch.
This is, for me, I've been saying it for a long time. You got to break them up if something happens. Not to the core. To your point, look, the cap went up, so that's good. That means there's a little bit more money for everyone to play with. And because the playoffs have gone on a little longer than usual, July 1st is around the corner, so free agency. So we'll find out very quickly if Edmonton thinks that this is the core and if they have to add a few pieces. But I think when you do something like this, where you add to the funds that every team can play with the cap situation, well, every team's going to get a little bit better. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like this is their time to shine.
Yeah.
As I watch Florida take them on, Dimitri, I just feel like Florida is that much better, man.
Yeah, but Mitch, and here's the thing, okay? The McDavid Draisaitl thing, they're getting your points to work. We know what it is. That Nurse contract has sunk them.
We'll talk about that in a second. You think it's bad now. Wait until I get to it. Real quick, this is a quick hit. The Washington Capitals bought the popular hockey website Cap Friendly. They bought it and took it. And July 1st, I think they're taking it completely off the internet. Smart move or waste of money?
Oh, that sucks. A lot of people went there.
It was literally one of the most popular sites for hockey. Yeah.
And the Capitals
bought it.
Because there's a Greek guy who owns the Capitals.
Probably.
You see what he's doing, right? Yeah, you see what he's doing.
You know what? From a person that just goes to it and plays with it a little bit, I hate it. The fact that I won't be able to go to it anymore. But from a strictly business point of view, brilliant. Just brilliant.
Yeah, but all that's going to happen is someone else is going to go out.
Agreed. But you know what? Then what does that do? It just set the precedent. Somebody else is going to go and buy that one, depending on what happens. But what it did is it took away. Because you know what's funny? I guess they did an analysis with the hockey guys, in the back room that are the analytics guys. They were asking them to use it. Like 99.9% of them use it.
Yeah.
And so now you've taken that away from them, and now your Washington guys only got it. So from that point of view, that's why I say it's a smart move.
That's why I
sucks,
say
but smart.
Like the Greeks.
The Greeks.
We'll get you.
You know what else they're gonna get you? Rapid Banter.
Oh!
UFC 303 just announced that Conor McGregor is now out again. What is more likely to happen? Seeing Haley's Comet or McGregor fight again?
Apparently Roadhouse 2.
Doncic fouled out in Game 3 versus the Boston Celtics. People say that he's playing too hard. Are they right?
Is he? He's the lunatic.
50 Cent is opening for the BC Lions home game tonight. Over 50,000 people are expected to attend. Is this the CFL cool? Is this making the CFL cool again?
I feel sorry for 50 Cent.
Why? He wanted to do it. What hurts more? Oilers losing 4, or that Daniel or Darnell Nurse's contract is to make $12 million next year? What's worse if you're an Oiler fan?
Just being an Oiler fan.
Oh, boy. Last one.
Brutal.
Joey Chestnut has been banned from this year's Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Let the champ eat, or he's full.
Let the champ eat.
Let him eat. Well, you know what they kicked him out for? He's now sponsored by a vegan hot dog company. Like, buddy, you made your millions eating the hot dog.
I have a problem of a vegan hot dog. It's like, hold on a second.
Yeah, I agree.
Hold on.
No, go ahead.
Listen, first and foremost, no problem. You don't want the meat. That's great.
Yeah.
But you still have the animal name in the name of the product.
Exactly.
So you're like, okay, it's not like hot dog. Like, take dog out.
Yeah.
Just take it out. Take it out. Call it something else.
Or what about vegan chicken wing? Like, all of that stuff.
It can't be vegan
the vegan
chicken.
burger, same thing.
Yeah.
It's not a burger then.
It's not. Just let's call it something else.
A sandwich.
Yeah. Like, you can't say this is vegan ground beef. No, there's no beef in there.
There's nothing
vegan
there.
Ground? Vegan
ground.
Right?
That's it. That's
right?
the one.
A vegan hot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? Here's the other thing, kind of to defend him slightly. It's not like you totally know what's in a hot dog and you totally don't know what's in a vegan hot dog either.
They're both a mystery.
So one to say, maybe.
Which is better than the other? I don't know. They're both a mystery. Well said, Mitch.
Yeah. All right. We're off to
we got two.
We're off to the final segment. It's pass or fail. I got 2 of them for you.
Okay.
Jake Paul and Mike Tyson's been postponed, so I got new opponents for Jake Paul. Or the Steelers just signed Mike Tomlin. They, in the last 55 years, have had only 3 coaches. Makes me wonder, what are those jobs out there where you, long tenured jobs you want to stay at?
Oh, okay, long tenured jobs. I like this.
Okay,
yeah.
Here we go. Long tenured jobs, pass or fail.
Okay.
Podcasting.
Pass.
Pass, 100%.
If only it was the main source of income.
Oh, God.
Subscribe to the channel, at Sports Show Podcast.
I ended up Googling it, and I found out, here are the rankings. The number 1 most tenured job, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, is the politician at 22 years. Pass or fail. Once you're in,
that's impressive that it's 22 years. You know what? Fail. That's a tough gig, you guys. That's a tough one.
It's the power. It's all that power. Gets to you.
Unlimited power.
It's the industrial complex, man. The media, 16.8 years. You go into media, you're in there for 16.8 years.
Pass.
I think so.
I
think so.
You get some clout. You could do things after.
Camera 9, please. Sure. Closer to Dimitri.
Makeup. Excuse me.
Hello?
Camera 2.
Makeup.
Hello.
IT. If you're in IT, you're stuck in for 16.9 years.
Oof, pass if you can do it. God bless you. Wow.
How do you code? Like, what goes on in your little brain?
And the job's changing.
Yes, all the time.
You got to be relevant.
You got to fight computers now, AI and all that.
And that's a battle that I don't know if I can win.
I don't think you can win that.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's
Terminator stuff.
Now here's one for you. If you're in this job, you're going to stay for 16.5 years. Telecommunications. My question is, what is telecommunications?
Yeah, which job is
like?
That?
What is that?
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
Fail. Couldn't do it.
I don't even know what it is.
Who wants to be there, wondering what
Daddy,
you do
what do
every
you
day?
do? I'm in telecommunications. What does that mean? I gotta go. My mom's calling me.
It's Vandalay Industries. I'm an importer-exporter. Yeah, what's the time on importer-exporters?
Now here's
for Vandalay.
You know it and I know it. It's a good gig.
Oh, no.
If you're in education, you're in there for 15 years.
Hey. Pass.
Summer's off.
God bless all those teachers. My wife's one.
Yeah. Guess what? Listen to this. Retail. If you're in retail, your average is 14.8 years.
Really? It seems like everyone gets fired every second week in retail.
It's the AI, man.
They're getting to us, man. It's Terminator 2 stuff, dude.
Couple more.
Okay.
Insurance.
Fail.
Ouch.
Gross.
100%. Here's one for you. Real estate. It's a beautiful 2-bedroom condo.
Pass. You know
No,
why? The grind.
it's a fail and they
The
know
grind.
it. You're
The
making
grind.
too much money on the real estate. Oh, yeah, I agree. It's a horrible
Well,
area.
you're
I don't
gonna
even know why I
cut me
brought
the,
you this way.
You're gonna cut me the rate on the buy and sell. I know how much money you're netting at the end. Get out of here. Yeah, but think about the stuff they got to put up with. Listen, I'll tell you what you got to put up with. Us once a week and here once a month on the CJSW. Thank you for listening. Episode 311.
Yeah.
Wow, we're
Whoa.
there already.
Hey.
Here in Calgary, that's where you get your information. And I hope you're getting your sports information here. Well, not total information, just a, insights, if you will. 311, one for the books. We got to shove it in the locker. We do got to hit the showers. Enjoy your week, everyone. And don't forget, subscribe to the channels at Sports Show Podcast. Blue and white logo. Get us past to the finish line. That'd be great. Thank you.
Florida.
Florida. Yeah, man. That's what a buzzkill if you're an Oilers fan, really.
It doesn't seem right. You know, when they lost in that game 3 and everyone's just sitting there in that, what do they call it? The ice surf. What do they call it? Ice district. Everyone just is deflated.
Deflated, yeah.
Deflated. P.S. Did you see Elliot Friedman's hair?
But he doesn't look like a real person to me. It looks like he died 9 years ago and he's full of formaldehyde.
Oh, God,
it's like
so
Weekend
funny.
at Bernie's. They just prop him up and they're like, it's like Joe Biden.
Apparently, he says he does it on purpose.
They gave
I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
They gave him a shot. They're like, listen, you got 8 minutes. Just go. Yeah, it looks.
You mean everyone in Canada is going to see me? Minute. Fix this. What?
Get him on the juice. What was Lance Armstrong using? Get him some of that.
It's so funny.
Allegedly. CJSW, we're saved by the bell by the Sports Show, playing every week. Podbean, Spotify, iTunes, Sports Show TV, at Sports Show Podcast. Amy, do it. At Sports Show Podcast.
Locked in.